because I have stickers on my trailer. I don't have it.
Log on, dude.
I'm on, dude.
Oh, turn off the recording. Forgot to turn off the recording.
That's all right.
Land between the Allagash and the St. John.
Yeah. Oh, so that could be,
Or actually, no, maybe a little southeast of the Allagash River.
yeah. That could be like 5 maybe or something. I have to look.
I'm lucky if I can remember what district I'm in.
So yeah, I know. It's like 16, right?
Yeah, right.
Gary might be able to help us out with that. I think going across the top of the state, it goes like 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6. I can't remember. Yeah, 7's back at the western side again, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Whatever the case, they're way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. And we got 2 minutes, I guess. We got plenty of time. But so before Rich joins, does his son have the gear or enough gear to help haul a moose out from countryside like that's found up there, where you've got deadfall and slash and all kinds of stuff?
I think between him and Rich and maybe Rich's brother, they do, because they've done this before. And I think the last time both Rich's brother and his son, older son, Ryan, both had moose permits. And Ryan got one, and because Rich was telling me a story about how it was incredibly hot. It was like in the 90s, and he had to race back to Bangor before the meat would spoil.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's something. Yeah. Yeah. It's always an adventure going up there.
I mean, I know Rich has got a snowmobile trailer, and of course he's got a big pickup, and with the 10-ply tires, and that with all the shale that they use up there on the roads.
Right.
And I assume they have come-alongs and all that stuff.
Like a mile of rope.
Yeah, right, a mile of rope.
I've been fortunate enough to go on 4 total. One for me in range, one for me in Rangeley, a second one in Rangeley for another person, and then 2 others up in the North Main woods. And each time we go, we learn a little bit more about the rigging you'd need up there, and
Yeah.
Rope and rigging is what you need, because it can't be other stuff.
Well, people probably from the days of sail probably would have been better prepared than us
Yes. Yeah.
with Boku block and tackles and
Yeah, exactly.
far better knowledge of how to use that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Hopefully, Rich will show.
Yeah.
Nick, there's Craig. I was just going to ask the town manager if Craig is going to be walking in the door, and lo and behold, there we are. Hello, Craig.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome
Craig.
aboard. So we do have a quorum at this point, so we could proceed. Does the board wish to wait for, in case Rich is going to show up? Want to wait a minute?
Yeah, I wouldn't wait too long.
Okay, we'll wait just a few minutes. And then, so while we're waiting, so Nick is with us tonight, and we have a person helping out us as Nick is able to get into some other responsibilities. And so she will be, Karen is hearing us, and she'll be learning more as we go along, and we'll see her more. So,
Very good.
Hi, gentlemen.
hi there, Karen.
Welcome aboard. You
Thank
may
you.
regret it, but
Yeah,
That's what I've heard.
you may run screaming after a meeting, like, oh my God, what did I do? Okay. Well, in the interest of efficiency and to honor people's time, I would say we do have a quorum. Are you in agreement that we proceed at this point?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. So we'll bring the meeting to order. It looks like we've got 5:32. We have a relatively short agenda. There's one item on there. Does everybody have that package in front of them? The application from Deborah and Gary Lucasi, or Luke?
Yes.
Luke, sorry, I'm sorry. And Nick, thank you for the updated information and the drawing, I think, that was also provided. Gary, do you want to lead us through this one at all, or?
Yeah, I can. I don't have the application right in front of me, but I don't have the application in front of me, but it's down on Spalding Point Road.
Okay.
And I think it's pretty straightforward. It's a two-car garage, freestanding.
Yep.
120 feet from the water.
Okay. And
He gave-
so I'll help fill in, like Gary mentioned, this is application 20-49, map 46, lot 015A, permit number 49. Spalding Point. It's on Salmon Lake, Ellis Pond. The garage that they're proposing is on the application says 32, a two-car garage, a concrete pad. There is information about looks like a 1,000-gallon tank, a leach field and septic pump. That's all pertinent for the lot, but for this particular application, I'm not sure what how much bearing that would have. There's Rich. Hi, Rich. We just got started, just barely. They've owned the property a little bit less than a year. Total acreage is 1.04 acres. All of it, they say, is within shoreline zone. Did everybody get the drawing?
Yes.
Yes.
The drawing.
Okay.
Needed to ask you a question.
Okay. I'm in a meeting, so I'll try to multitask.
Well, I don't want to be. I don't
No,
wanna
go ahead.
disturb your meeting.
So as Gary pointed out, just so you know, Gary, we can still hear you.
If
Um,
there is any grant money for income eligible people to help with
Let's see.
leach field problems.
That I don't know. Town manager might be able to help you. We helped the elderly lady in North Belgrade last year,
I'm going to see if I can do something from here.
but I don't know how he applied for it, but you talk to him. He's not here right now.
Okay.
But you talk to him and he might be able to help.
Okay.
One other thing on that street where we are.
Pardon me, Nick, can you do anything from your side to mute Gary just
The road
while he's in business?
We're all backed up.
Talk-
You know, so the water doesn't go through good.
Talk to him about that too. He'll have the road commissioner look at it.
Road commissioner look at it.
So,
Thank you.
who would check a leach field issue?
Me, if there's a problem with it.
Nick,
Is it
can you?
yours?
It's, well, we.
It's our neighbors, but we don't know who the guy, if
Okay.
he sold it or
Why
rented
don't
it
Alright.
why don't you
out.
call first of the week? I'll go look at it.
Okay.
That'll work.
All
And
right.
we don't want to cause anybody. any
I understand.
hardship.
No, I
Just-
understand.
If they did have a bad one, would they end up getting some sort of fine from you or anything like that?
Trying.
Fix it when I ask him to.
Right,
Okay?
Thank
Okay.
you.
okay. Thank you, Gary.
Yep.
Okay, so we're back. Hi, Gary. So we're looking at the drawing here. Like you mentioned, it's 120 feet. The proposed garage, 120 feet from, looks like Salmon Lake.
Yeah,
Looks fairly straightforward. Is that pretty flat?
it is pretty flat, yes. There's a really gradual slope that goes from the, what I'd call the house or the back of the garage to the water. But it's, for the most part, it's quite flat.
Quite flat. Okay. Because they've indicated, like you said, just it says slight slope.
Yeah. And then he showed where he was gonna install silt fence.
And that looks like that dashed.
It is, he's got a little key on the drawing that shows it.
Yep.
Mhm.
8. And did we see a letter from,
Contractor?
let's see, was
Yes.
that Jason Cody?
Jason Cody has just gone through the process to get his certification number.
Okay.
And the letter is from DEP saying, you're all set, you passed, and you can use this for the planning board as evidence that we haven't issued you a number yet. It takes a few days, but we will be doing that soon.
Okay. And so do the board members have that letter from John, I'm sorry, from, John McLean?
Yes.
See that?
Right.
Great. And I see a person, David is present. Is that, David, are you part of the applicant side? Or if not, that's okay. I was just curious. Do we have anybody representing the applicant?
No, he couldn't be here tonight.
Okay. Do we have any questions about this application?
Is the garage back 100 feet?
It's 120.
Must not be according to the the house, it says the house is 80 feet. So it must not be the scale.
Well, we had a discrepancy in the scale, and he come in today and verified it was 120, and he dated it and initialed it on the bottom, because his scale was a little off.
Okay.
We received, Rich, we received from Nick a revised drawing that the applicant brought in late this afternoon or sometime this
okay.
afternoon.
I guess I haven't looked at that yet. So,
Yeah, no, he corrected the discrepancy in the scale.
okay.
So it truly is 120 feet from the
Mhm.
lake.
It's very recent. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Great question. Are there any resources that are going to be impacted by this? Like there are no trees that are in this area that are going to be cut down?
No, there's none.
Is this pretty much all grass?
Yeah, it's pretty much lawn. Yeah. Mhm.
And it looks like there's a U kind of shaped gravel drive, Gary, if I'm understanding correctly.
That's correct. Yes, there is.
I'd interpret you might come in on one side of it and go into the garage and you could
Yeah.
go either way and so on.
Yeah, straight in.
And, okay, so what's the proposed height of the roof?
I'm not 100% sure. It's just, I mean, there's no second story or anything, so I'm sure it's within the limits. It's a pretty basic one-story garage with a truss roof,
Okay,
but I don't know exactly.
and I know that our ordinance tells, what that limit should be. It would probably be good, I'm proposing, that in the interest of the town and the other taxpayers in the town, that we have the information somewhere.
Okay. He's beyond the 100-foot, so he's limited to 35 feet.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to be 35 feet, but I'm sure he can provide you something if the need be.
All right, thank you. Planning board members, what other concerns or questions do we have about this application?
I don't have anything.
Thank you. Rich, anything?
No, I guess probably the lot coverage is probably adequate if it's mostly all woods and grass, and other than the house and the garage.
What I did on the house and garage was like 3.something%.
What percent?
3.2 or 3%.
I guess we won't argue with that one.
Yeah, we don't want to be too nitpicky on that one, do we, Rich?
No.
At 3%. Yeah.
I guess being back 100 feet, I don't know whether we want to condition it at no more than 35 feet or whatever, but Gary's right. If it's a single story garage, it's certainly not going to be 35 feet high.
Right.
If it was two-story, it wouldn't be 35 feet high.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And Craig, do you have any concerns or questions about the application?
No.
Okay. So I think roof runoff, DEP certification number, and potentially just making sure that that it would not exceed roof height for that area would be things to talk about, but as potential conditions. So if there are no other questions about the application, at this time, I would entertain a motion.
Maybe I'll try something. Make a motion that we approve the application with, I guess I forgot what the conditions are other than the DEP best management practices. And the contractor, we need to get his contractor number before he begins work, and that DEP best management practices for not erosion control, stormwater runoff be handled according to those practices. And I guess I'm not sure exactly how to handle the height of the building. Let me ask you this: Did he have a drawing of the building itself?
No, he didn't show an elevation.
Would it be appropriate to say for a single-story garage? Or just,
I'm not gonna swear to you that it's single story, but I believe that's what he told me.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, even a storage upstairs, I don't believe he's gonna exceed 35 feet or even come close.
yeah. Well, we could do a condition of the garage not to exceed 35 feet in height.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the erosion control number, the DEP contractor number. We've got the stormwater runoff and the condition of the garage being no more than 35 feet.
Okay, great. Hi, Pete, welcome. We are into this first application. So we've had a motion on the floor to accept the application with the 3 conditions that were stated. One was for the DEP certification number. The second one was for the implementation of DEP best management practices for roof, to control roof runoff. And the third one was that the height of the roof not to exceed 35 feet in elevation. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. So it's been motioned and seconded. Any more discussion on this application? No. So Pete, you started a few minutes ago, so I'm not sure if you want to vote. That would be your call as we go through this. Just let me know as we go forward, okay? So all those in favor, will do a roll call. So in my view, I've got Craig
Yes.
and George,
Yes.
Rich,
Yes,
Pete, how do you wish?
you must not have a speaker on.
Yeah, you may be, if you're speaking, you're still on mute.
Okay. Okay, I'm mute. What am I now? Can you hear me?
You're
Yes.
live, man. Yep.
Okay, thank you. So what? I'm gonna play catch up here. I missed the last meeting, so what? So I don't.
So-
I really shouldn't vote on this, right? I missed the last meeting on it. Or what?
Well,
This is a brand new application. Sorry, Craig.
this is just a garage, it's 120 feet, and there's really no issue with it.
Oh, that's one down in Pinkham's Cove.
Alden Point.
Oh, I'm not going with it. Okay.
Do you want to abstain?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. And I will vote in favor. So that would be 4 in favor, 1 abstain. It was approved, so the permit will be mailed. Thanks, everybody. All right. So that was that one. What we had for business on the agenda for the evening. Do we have minutes from Augusta 6?
Commercial minutes.
Do you have them, George?
Yeah, I do, but there, unless we receive something more, it doesn't, it goes as far as the Jones application, but it doesn't include that.
Okay. Now, in an email from, let's see. Oh, that's it. So let's just check with Nick. Nick, from August 6th, are we missing something?
I believe Nick emailed you the Joneses minutes this afternoon. Did you get them?
Stand by, possibly. It's,
Peter, did you guys do the July 16th minutes?
I don't remember.
We did at the last meeting.
Did we?
They were approved. The July 16th minutes were approved.
I only received the part of the minutes that dealt with the Bagwell application and goes through the discussion of the moratorium and our subdivision discussion with Nick from KV Cog. But I didn't receive anything further on the Jones application. And Nick, I believe you mentioned that we would be getting something else, but I didn't receive it.
No, neither did I. It goes, and that was this morning, updated minutes.
So let me take a look at this. That we received an email from Nick, looks like at 8:18 this morning.
Hey guys, I'm gonna look at my email because I did forward it, Karen's email at 2:52 p.m. But let me just make sure that went through. So give me 1 sec.
Well, it's under documents. I can't open that.
Oh, okay, 1 sec. Do you need it in PDF, Craig?
Yes.
Okay.
That was at 2:52.
That's, yeah, 252 is the July 16th minutes, right? Or that's what I have on my screen. It says, the memo in the email says August 6th, but what shows up on my screen is July 16th, 2020.
I think she might have misstated it by accident. That is August 6th. Hang on 1 sec. I'm gonna send it in PDF form to everyone.
Okay.
I need to go next door to get it from the other computer.
Okay, I just sent those off, so hopefully you'll get them soon. If you didn't, just let me know.
Okay. It looks like I just received one email from Nick. Planning board meeting. It says agenda for July 16, 2020.
Nick, what email address was that sent to for me?
So the first one I sent, it was, hang on 1 sec.
GCO Roadrunner, I think.
It was sent to, I was never sent to you. I think I excluded you from the first email. That explains why you didn't get the first one.
I won't take it personal.
Okay, please don't. That was my mistake. I apologize. I sent the second one. I just sent another one, and I sent it to the whole planning board list. So you should have gotten that one.
Okay, I'll check again.
Yep. Yeah, it does say July 16th at the top. That's incorrect. It should be August 6th.
Okay. Holy moly.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I've received it, Nick. Thank you.
My apologies, everyone.
No problem, Nick. Thank you very much. One, two, three. Huh. Hmm. Have,
I will note the formatting is different. If you guys
It
want
is.
to change the other way, I can ask her to do that.
Nick, this would be just cut and paste into the other document the first document we received, right? So it'd be all one set of minutes.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
okay. All right. Have people had a chance to review the meeting minutes that have been provided?
Yeah.
Confusing, but
Yeah.
so George, I'm glad you brought that up because are we thinking, just maybe I'm just not getting it, but because we had an email a bit ago, right? Earlier today from Nick, it says planning board minutes, it says Augusta 6, 2020. And that's the one that is the format that we're used to seeing where it has old business. We're seeing shoreline application that was a Bagwell thing and discussion on draft moratorium, Nick from KV Cog, shoreline zone app. So that's on one document. Then we have what Nick also provided, and thank you, Nick, for doing that, is the other part, which you just sent out or resent out to everybody. So what we're proposing is we compile these so they're all in one spot, right?
Right. Correct. They're the same minutes. It's just she only listened in on the Jones part, so she took notes for that section of it and did her own minutes for that item.
Okay. Great. What do we have for, are we ready to proceed with these minutes?
Wait, talk about trial by fire for Karen.
I know.
Give her the easy stuff, Nick.
Yeah, really. Okay, what do we have for comments or suggested edits on the minutes?
Well, it goes from last name to first name. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, thanks for saying that, Greg. It would be good to kind of be consistent, right?
Yeah. So either Craig Alexander or Craig, whatever, and then it says Baker second, and, it should be Rich Baker.
Okay. Yep. All right, so Karen, are you with us on that?
Karen is finishing up a wedding that I started, so she's doing the ceremony right now.
Okay. Nick, are you with us on this one? Nick, are you hearing what Craig just talked about?
Yes.
Okay. So, got that. Craig, what else do you have?
That's pretty much what I caught. That's all I
Okay.
caught.
I'll go next. I just have a question for everybody. So I'm on the minutes that were just sent out just recently. So been old business discussion of the shoreline application. So 1, 2, 3, fourth paragraph. It starts off with Alexander, so it should probably say Craig Alexander. Motion to accept the conditions. So the last of it says, Baker seconded, accepted, Seal, Baker, Alexander, and Rushton. Then it says 5. So I think we had Pete Sargent also voted in favor. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but
Are we talking about the last meeting?
what's that?
We're talking about the last meeting. When did this all happen? Last meeting?
Yeah, August 6th.
I don't
Pete,
think
were you
you were
there?
I don't know. Was I there? I don't know.
It
Says you
says you
were.
were.
I don't
No,
think you were.
Okay, so if Pete wasn't there, then he should not be in attendance at the top. Right? And if Pete wasn't there, then also, if he's not there and didn't vote in favor, I'm thinking it should be, and correct me if I'm wrong, 4 in favor, not 5.
I think you're probably right there.
Not a big deal. I just want to make sure we're
Yeah,
being
That's
consistent.
correct.
Okay. Thank you, George. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, Craig.
I have one more question though. On that same paragraph, says Alexander motion to accept the conditions, 2 of the 4, example, bathroom, kitchen. Isn't that kind of confusing as well?
I think it's 2 of the 3. It should be 2 of the 3. You got kitchen twice. Bathroom, kitchen, and bedroom. And the definition says kitchen, says 3. So that should be changed to 2 of the 3. And you may not have all 3 instead of all 4.
I think that would be clear. Those are good points.
Mm-hmm.
Nick,
Peter,
those okay?
Yes, I got that one.
George.
maybe this would help too, because I was just totally confused by what was in the parentheses. It seems to me we should, prior to that paragraph, have a listing of the conditions of the approval, which includes that there shall be no kitchen appliances. And I believe, Nick, you have those.
Yes, yes, I do. I'll add them to that.
Yeah, it just a matter, or just cut and paste them right in front of that.
Mhm.
And then I actually would suggest we eliminate the what's in the parentheses.
Oh, because we would have listed things in advance of.
Right. And also we had a condition that said there won't be any kitchen.
Yeah, that was very clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Nick, did you catch that?
Got it.
Thank you.
There's a condition not to move in as well until it's hooked up to the septic, correct?
Yes, right. So we would have all four of the, or whatever the number is, listed just above the paragraph we've just been discussing, Craig.
Okay.
That works.
What other edits do we want to suggest? Go ahead, George.
I have two. Again, under the notes regarding the, actually I have three. Notes regarding the Jones application. In the second paragraph that starts with Attorney Nagel, in parentheses, it has Smith's, and I assume that's intended to be the client's name. The client's name is actually Stiff, S-T-I-F-F. I could understand how that might be. And then on the next line, same paragraph, it makes clear that they still contend that 3 trees had indeed been cut down. I think it's 3 more trees than what was listed in the report. So after 3 should be the word more.
More.
And then in the next paragraph, second line, well, the whole paragraph discusses why Mr. Nagel felt the structure didn't qualify as an accessory structure, and he relied on their lawsuit against the Joneses and testimony during that lawsuit. And this could easily confuse people reading this, that the lawsuit they're talking about has to do with the shoreline zoning permit application, and it doesn't. So I would suggest to clarify that in the, again, second line, the sentence that starts, the case went to Superior Court. I would eliminate the word case and substitute the lawsuit between the 2 abutters went to Superior Court. Da-da-da-da.
Very good.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Peter, I've got two minor things.
Okay.
It's next to the last paragraph, last sentence, all in favor, it's non-opposed. I think that's supposed to be none opposed.
Right.
And it's the same true with the next sentence down,
Oh, yeah.
or the last sentence,
Ye-
the last paragraph.
Good
Sealed
point.
motion to approve.
Okay. Great. And so with those things in mind, I think what we're proposing is that these edits are then incorporated into this text, which then gets copied from here and then pasted into the longer set of minutes that is in the older format that we're talking about, where it shows old business and it's got the shorelands of Mr. Bagwell's thing. And then the draft moratorium on solar fields, and then Nick from KV Cog, and then we land at the shoreline zone application for the Jones. So is that we're still on par with that? We still good?
Yep.
So that's going to get plunked into number 4, basically, is what it is. Are there, so if that's the case, this is kind of our landing zone under on this document. are there minutes that, or are there suggested edits for this?
The only one that I had was under number 3, that we add Nick's last name, Auschauer.
Oh, good point. Yep. Good. Anybody else have any suggested edits for the traditional formatted document that we're talking about?
No.
No? Okay, Craig, you're all good?
All good.
Pete, you all good?
I wasn't there, so I'm all good.
Sweet. All right. So we have suggested edits. We know the direction of how these are going to be compiled into one document. Nick, do you have any questions for us about what we're asking with these edits and how to put it together?
No, I'm all set.
You're the man. Thank you very much. So with those suggested edits, I would entertain a motion on them.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes as amended. The minutes of August 6th as amended.
Okay, thank you. Do I hear a second? Craig seconded.
Yeah.
Any more discussion? Okay, so all in favor, and I'll do the same roll call. So Craig,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Pete, you're going to pass because you weren't there.
Yes.
Rich,
Yes.
and I vote yes. So that would be 4 in favor, 1 abstain. We're approved. Great. That's it for official business. So, what updates do we have from the town? Gary, do you have anything you would like to share with us?
Yeah, I have a meeting next week with a group of folks who are planning another pretty sizable solar array
Really?
on Route 11. I'm not sure if they're coming in Tuesday or Wednesday, but they want to set up a meeting to discuss it. So that should be interesting.
Yep.
Gary, is this the same people or same location that you mentioned to us 9 months ago or so?
I think it is. Yep. Yep.
So it's like at the top of the hill beyond Morris Child's property a little bit going.
No, I think it's near Wilson's garage. I think it's on the Frappia property.
On the, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the property with the junkyard on it?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's going to be interesting because that site, last I knew, was on a list of sites to be investigated as a potential hazardous waste site by the state.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know. He told me last fall that he had a signed contract with a solar company. So I don't know if it's the same one, but I assume so. I'll know more next week.
Cool. Wow. That should be interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other news, Gary, from the town office or anything?
No, I don't think so. Just kind of routine stuff.
Gary, let me ask you this. This I was kind of wearing my Roger hat for a second. Are the folks there up at the Old Town office? Are they turning off their? Do we know if they're turning off that light?
Not yet. I have talked to him, but not yet. I got to go visit him again.
Okay.
Jerry, do you know why they took the sign down?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought they was leaving town, but apparently not.
What?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay. It's no big deal. I just noticed that the sign, whatever, second hand or whatever the name of the place is, isn't there anymore.
Yeah, I know it. I saw it. I'm not sure why.
I'm curious. They've had the barbecue folks or whatever there. have they had a lot of business with that? Do we know?
I've seen several cars there. I don't really know.
I haven't seen a lot of business there, no.
I would say a lot, but I see a few on occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary, do you know if they are related or anything, have anything to do with the secondhand shop or?
I do not. I
No.
don't know that. I don't know that.
All right. Any other information about what's going on in the town that we should be aware of, Gary?
I think that's it for now.
Okay.
Gary, have you heard anything about, any more about, you've had discussions with Gagny Cement. Do you have any better sense of when?
Yeah, he came in my office last Thursday and he thought he had his application all filled out. Well, what he did was he printed the application off the computer and he printed the wrong one. He printed the one that I would have issued the permit instead of the planning board.
Oh,
So I sent him back to the drawing board.
oh, that's too bad.
That is too bad.
Yeah. And that's about it. I haven't heard from him since.
And we haven't received an application from Sean Grant yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Oh, that was an issue that Anthony is going to discuss with the Board of Select people on Tuesday night. Apparently the Select Board had a condition that he go before the Planning Board within 90 days. And Al Hodgson is working on his application, and Al Hodgson's notified me and notified Anthony and said, there's no way, because I have to get a permit from DEP, a stormwater permit. And then it's 90 to 120 days. So Anthony was going to discuss with the Select Board if they were interested in extending that a little bit. So we'll find out what they say on Tuesday evening, I guess.
Sure.
I think it's Tuesday evening, yeah.
Okay.
That's where that's at.
It sounds like that's the right direction to go, is to check in with the select board to see what they would prefer at this point.
Select Board. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
That's all I have, I think.
Well, thanks, Gary. Appreciate that.
Okay.
And so we're actually doing pretty well. It's only 6:20. Not bad. It's not 9:30, right? Isn't that awesome? And I think that next month we can, I think we'll have Karen with us full time as our secretary. And we can then move to a 7 o'clock meeting time, which is, and as far as I know, we're still going to be doing it on Zoom, but that's, I think, what we're going to be doing. So
I'm pretty sure that's going to be for a while.
okay, yeah, I would think you're right, Gary.
Yep.
So does it make sense that we're going to see Nick Ashour from KV Cog at our next meeting? Right?
Has anybody invited him to that?
Or
Did you talk to him about it at the last meeting?
I talked to Anthony, and I think that is going to say he'll be doing the first meeting of every month until, the subdivision's finished up and stuff.
So that'll be
So
the
he
next.
will be at the next meeting. Yeah.
Okay. Can you just verify that, Nick?
Yes.
And make sure that he knows that, not Anthony, but
Right, and yeah, I'll send an email to Nick just to make sure he can make it still.
okay.
Or Karen will, I guess, but one of us will.
Okay.
and that will help you too, Gary. I'm thinking too, because if you either get a few or a lot of applications coming in the door, you'd kind of get a feel.
We'll hold some at bay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I like the 5:30 startup time though.
You like that one?
So do I.
I know.
Yeah.
But Karen can't do it. Unless Mary's here. If Mary was here, we could. I'll find out.
Okay.
Mary's on vacation this week, so Karen is kind of by herself, but I think her and Mary are both gonna do Thursday nights for a while.
Okay.
So we may be able to start at 5:30 instead of 7. I'll find out though.
Okay.
Okay.
Any updates from anybody else?
Got a question of Gary. The Foreseen property. I see some work going on down there. Do you know, are they planning to fix that up or tear it down?
They're tearing it down.
Tearing it down, huh?
It's
Who
going,
owns that property now?
that big house next door, that real
Oh,
nice
okay.
house. Yeah.
I was thinking at the time I saw the Borsine property for sale. If I own that big house next door, I would make an offer on that.
They've already bought it. Scott Horn is gonna tear it down. As a matter of fact, I don't know why they dug around the house, but they were supposed to start tearing it down today. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else from anybody? Craig, anything?
No.
No? George?
No.
Pete?
No, at all. Things are quiet over here.
Okay. Nothing new on my end. It's working from home all day, every day. That's what it seems like. Oh my gosh. I go to Christie's and it's like a whole new world. It's like, oh my God, it's been 6 days since I've left the house.
Why are you, Peter, why are you at home?
Why am I at home?
Yeah.
Because I'm just working from home. The department I work for is not going back to the office at this time.
Oh, okay.
So
So that's pretty much true for the state now? I'm kind of curious, or?
it depends on which role and in which agency you are. So for example, Department of Public Safety, there are a lot of people that would be considered having to go into the office. But that may not be the case for some of the groups, say that maybe even at the Department of Labor, they may not have to be there, in the office.
Okay.
So it depends on what's going on, what your role is.
Sure.
But,
My understanding is it depends on the configuration of different agencies' buildings too, in terms of how they can space people apart. Because a lot of people have nothing but, they live in and work in these little pens.
right. And that too is a huge consideration for the eventual return to work calculation, right? So it's all part of what people are thinking about. So at the cabinet level, they're researching all that and trying to figure out who can return to an office environment, or in some cases, would they?
Yeah.
It depends.
I think they're assessing ventilation systems too.
Yeah, I had heard ventilation systems, footprint, how you're organized. There will be some reconsiderations of what that looks like for some agencies, what the workplace will look like. Some places have short cubicles for everybody. That may not work relative to the dispersal thing, where others might have tall walls, and that might offer some protection. So lots of things, but that's about it from my end. So I think we can call it a wrap. 6:26. We'll bring it to a close. Thank you, everybody, for your time and contributions. Thanks, Karen. Welcome aboard. Thanks, Nick. Everybody have a good night.
Good night, all.
Have a good night.
Right.
See you later.
Good night.